Hey, Geek Protagonist coming at you with a review. So I got to see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning 1. And once again, Tom Cruise delivers. I thought the entire cast did a great job. It felt big and bombastic. I love.
Sometimes you eat the road and sometimes the road eats you.
Sorry. I don't know why my stupid GPS activated, but all right. Because I already turned it off, but sure. So yeah, the action was great. The pacing, it did not feel like 2 hours and however many minutes. They really brought their A game. You got to see Ethan in a different place. They actually are in a different place, more reminiscent of a previous one, and they had multiple things. Like they had these two cop guys that were coming after, or not two, well, two main guys, but it was like a military group. They had to go up against the villain. Then they had to deal with like another thing. They had their team situation, and they're dealing with probably the worst villain they ever could, and it was cool. And you got to see like how Ethan had to maneuver around even the United States stuff, because there was a major problem, and what they introduced in here is something that, you know, is a current fear of a lot of people. So I thought that was good. Like I said, the pacing was fantastic. The action was great. It always felt tense, and it's like Tom Cruise always ups it. And I like the fact that there was a lot of, all the characters' interactions were great. And then you get to find out like more about the Mission like Impossible, the group, who they are, what they are, who knows about it, who doesn't, what does it mean when they go backwards and forwards. And actually some of this stuff is really tying into his past. So they're definitely setting it up for the second one. Or part 2. Where they ended it, it actually felt like a complete movie in my opinion. Like, you know, sometimes like Beyond the Spider-Verse, it was like you stopped it there, and it felt like it was more to tell you. Like they could have went longer. This one felt like where it stopped, it had it where it was like it could continue, but it felt like the ending was like, okay, this is it. You know, another movie's coming, but they could have literally. The main reason why it's called part 1 is because there's still things they're dealing with. But even if they resolved it, they still could have done forward and called it something else, and I actually don't have a problem with it. Haley Atwell, great addition. Wherever they leave this, I kind of hope they keep continuing Mission Impossibles, even if Tom Cruise doesn't want to do them. But how they did everything, the way stuff was escalated, this is the highest danger they've ever been. But it felt grounded and it made sense. And just how they went through everything, it's like, whoa, this could like they could lose. So I think the action was top notch. The stunts, of course, are always wild. Like I said, but it is, you know, something grounded. And all in all, I think this franchise going on since the 90s, they've always upped it. Because to me, Mission Impossible 1 was cool, but I remember even how they promoted it. Mission Impossible 2 was just better. And even though Mission Impossible 3 didn't do as much at the box office as the other ones, I still think they had one of the best villains, one of the best connections, one of the best things with Philip Seymour Hoffman, where he was just like, I'll take on, he's like, who are you? I'll take out everybody you know. And Ethan was trying to retire then, and I thought that was like really cool, how he was in a different place in his life. And then I was like, okay, and I thought the third one was going to just end the series as a trilogy, which nothing would have been wrong with that. But then they found a way to bring it to the 4th movie. And then the 5th movie. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're upping it again. And then the 6th movie. And then the 7th. And like, I'm like, these are good. And because my favorite Mission Impossible is Rogue Nation. I don't know, something about that movie is just fire to me. but I enjoy every other one as well. Dang, I can't remember the name of the one with Cavill right now. That one was fire too, though. But Rogue Nation, this one even gave me a little taste of Rogue Nation. I just cannot remember. And it's because I've, at the end of the day. But the one that had Cavill in it, that one was actually pretty good. I thought that was cool because it felt kind of self-contained, but it felt big. And I like that it gave that different feeling. One of these days, I'll, if I have time, I'll retroactively start reviewing things, because this is probably the first or second Mission Impossible I've ever reviewed on my channel. But at the time when they were around, I didn't even have a channel, so, there's that. But all in all, I would say Mission Impossible, I would say is definitely a should buy. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would not have a single issue watching it again. And I just thought it ran smooth, and it ran concurrent to be just enjoyed. So yeah, I really put that as a should buy. It's one of the better films I've watched this year. I'll definitely put it up there above a lot of them. So yeah, very, very, very happy about that. So another good film to watch, and I'm all for it. And wasn't surprised. I got exactly what I looked for. Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. That's pretty much my review. Very short, sweet, and to the point. I mean, by now you should know what you get with Mission Impossible. All right, see ya.